basketball on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Minnesota Lynx against the Indiana Fever. Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us. And here at the midway point of the season, what would you say the priority is for teams with title aspirations?
That's a good question. You know, seeding, I don't think it's that important ever since the league ditched the single elimination games, and they don't have first-round byes anymore. But getting home court advantage, that's still the goal.
And aside from seeding, you want to have your lineups figured out. You got to know who works well together and who you want closing games.
Plum gets the bucket.
3 points.
An extremely accurate shooter. Plum has finished top 5 in the league in three-point shooting.
Now here's Clark. She's guarded by Plum. Good on the three-point shot.
How about that for a response?
We'll give you a 3, and then we'll take you right back.
Turning into a three-point contest.
Now here's Plum. The three-pointer off the mark. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Clark outside. Shot's good by Samuelson.
With how well Samuelson shoots it, you can forget she's 6'3", a bigger wing.
Well, back in the early 2010s, the Lynx went on one of the best runs we've ever seen.
And forget, you know, WNBA, we're talking one of the best runs in American pro sports history. From 2011 to 2017, 4 titles, 6 final appearances, sustained excellence we haven't seen since.
Now here's Clark. Lexi Hole on the wing. Off the mark there with the 3. Here's Minnesota. Samuelson with the steal. Hull with the ball. Now guarded by McBride. Pass to Clark. Shoots over Plum. And it's Brittany Griner with the rebound.
Well, I'm going to say the defense got pretty lucky right there because she's going to make a lot more of those than she misses when she gets that much room. Offensively, she can be the engine that drives them at any given moment.
That's tipped. Boston with it. And she buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Showing serious confidence in her J. Boston just so skilled.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Collier. Back to Plum. Yes, and it's now Lisa Collier picking up the assist.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for her, and she's just creating good opportunities. And when you do that, you can convert.
Now here's Clark.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Off her leg. Kick. And the ref saying she kicked it. And the Lynx making a change here. Pass to Hole. Shoots over Williams. Tried to bank it in, but misses.
Yeah, she's not necessarily a strong interior presence, but she's got to finish those chances when she has them.
She is one of the best when it comes to making the sweet lead pass.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Well, when you talk about Courtney Williams, her versatility is what stands out the most.
Yeah, she doesn't dominate any individual statistic per se, but she does well in pretty much every category, which is what makes her such a valuable part of this team.
The Lynx trailing. Collier outside. Brittany Griner, high post. Up top, Plum. She's guarded by Alaman. 6 on the shot clock. Plum can't hit. So it's Indiana now. And here is Alaman. Here's Samuelson. It's good from about 19 feet.
Well, it is never a bad idea to set up Katie Lou, let her fire.
Now here's Williams. D right on her. Up top, Plum. Shoots the three. That one's all good. She's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And she's having a quarter, converting at a high percentage.
Now here's Alaman. She's guarded by Plum. Pass to Hole. The tray. And the Fever hit again from D.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Just trading punches from long range.
It's been a heavyweight fight.
Outside Plum. Shoots over Alaman. And too long on the shot. Down low. Here's Williams. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Fever on top, up by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Fever in this one?
Quite simply, a great display of team basketball, Brian.
This is 5 players working as a unit. Just beautiful team basketball on display.
And it's been a rough few years for Indiana. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2016.
Single-digit wins in 5 of the last 7 seasons. But the good news is the Fever have loads of young talent. Starting with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, they have arguably the best young core in the W.
Here's Stokes, Clark, Nelson Adota with the rebound. Here's Carlton. Pass to Nelson Adota. Williams. The screen by Collier. Oh, and she misses the go-ahead basket. The Fever leading. To the inside. Clark. That one doesn't drop. Nafisa Collier with some nice D. Right side, Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's all knotted up.
You know, she might be 5'8", but Williams has tons of different ways to finish at the hoop. Hard to stop.
Timeout called for Fever. Clark with it. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Plum. And the rebound goes to the Fever. Clark outside. Pass to Ami here. Hull. There's the three. And it's Collier with the rebound.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
Kelsey Plum from outside. Gets it to go from downtown.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely, the defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passer.
Here's Clark. They can't stop the run with that one. The Lynx leading. Inside, Collier. And it's good for 2.
A do-it-all player. I mean, inside, outside. Collier can score from anywhere on the floor.
Well, with the career Kelsey Plum has had, it's safe to say she's lived up to the hype.
Multiple-time All-Star, league MVP, 2 titles. Yeah, I'd say she has. Clearly one of the most complete and popular players in the league.
Now here's Alaman.
And it's off from 3-point range.
This offense, it just seems completely deflated.
While at the other end, it's one bucket after another. This run is really getting out of hand.
Making it ugly.
Pass to Collier. From outside the arc. Here's Smith. Nails the baby hooks.
They're not rotating quickly enough on defense down low.
They've got to provide more resistance inside.
And they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
Hull with the bucket.
Oh, from range, Lexi Hull, very effective. Certainly a player you cannot give open looks to.
Now here's Williams. She's guarded closely. Plum gets the bucket.
Wow. 4 here in the first half. They're going to need to do something else on defense.
Pass to Clark. This one for 3. And another 3 for Indiana.
How about Clark responding to a triple with one of her own?
Outside Plum. Here's Williams. Rebounded by the Fever. Now here's Alaman. Pass to Hull. Clark, three-pointer. The rebound by Courtney Williams.
She just hasn't looked right. She hasn't. And something is off with her mechanics, I think.
They get it again. Collier. That's good, and she's now 3 for 4 from the floor.
No one will ever question the motor of Collier. Second chance points are very valuable in this league.
Now here's Alaman. To the middle. Here's Williams. It's hauled in by Smith.
Bodied her up and made her alter the trajectory of the shot that time.
Definitely. Some very sound defense played on that trip down.
And that does it for the first half of play. The Lynx on top, leading by 6. And we will see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball in just a bit.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drumline. They're thinking about the shot.
And it's been a back-and-forth game with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter getting started here. A fantastic game from Kelsey Plum in this one.
She is such a dynamic scorer. That much we know. And her talent really was on full display in the first half.
Yeah, look, there's no way around it. She's a hard player to keep down, and so far, they haven't found the answer for her, and there might not be one.
Well, they've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. She's provided almost all the offense.
And when you talk about winning, historically, the Lynx are up there with any team in the WNBA.
Absolutely. You look at their 4 titles, which is tied for the most in league history. Then you see they have the 3rd best winning percentage of all time. I mean, this is a franchise that consistently has been in the hunt over the years.
A big part of Smith's value, Alana can hit threes and space the floor as a big.
Lets the floater go, and Clark lays it up and in.
You knew what she wanted to do all along? The teardrop.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Smith outside. Collier, pass to Griner. Plum, she's covered by Clark. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Kelsey Plum.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been by design or by accident, but either way, it's been impressive.
Maybe the coach just went up to the locker room chalkboard and just put a number 3 out there.
Here's Clark. And the shot goes in.
Well, when Clark's on the floor, defenses in general have to extend way outward, and that creates a lot of opportunities in the lane.
Outside Plum. And the Lynx, another 3.
Last 5 makes, all 5 from long range.
And the defense hasn't pressed up to deny it. They're hanging back, and they're getting picked apart.
Pressure the ball, pressure something.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Collier with it.
And it's Samuelson picking her up. They grab their own miss.
Here's Smith. Minnesota the rebound. Back to Collier. Over Samuelson. Collier can't get it to go. Now here's Clark. She's guarded by Plum. Here's Samuelson. Drops in the tray.
They're 3 of 4 to start the half.
Here's McBride. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Reiner, she's guarded by Williams. Screen by Smith. For 3, Kayla McBride. It's hauled in by Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Oh, no good.
Two minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Griner. McBride. Outside Plum. Knocks down the 3 ball.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looked shell-shocked.
And now that they're rolling from out there, you've got to get it in their jersey and try to deny those looks.
Especially how well people shoot threes these days.
Now Clark lets the 3 fly. No room at the end. Locked out for the 6th time in 10 attempts.
You know, some players struggle with the transition from college to pros, but not Nafisa Collier.
Her rookie year, it was ridiculous. She led the league in minutes. She was an all-star as a rookie. Remember, Collier won a national championship in college. She was used to the spotlight. She's coming to the league as an all-star level player, and we've seen her just improve.
From 12 feet out, that one no good.
Yeah, she's been off her game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go down.
Floats one, and she lays it in.
Despite her troubles in the first half, she stayed composed, stayed focused, and now she's getting it going.
Now here's McBride. Defense is right there. She gets it in there.
The catalyst of the team, McBride is depended on for buckets, and I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
It's Katie Lou on the wing.
And the 3 off target.
A solid performance inside. You know, their rebounding, it's been terrific.
They're putting together a great game, aren't they? Strong performances throughout, and they've just been strong on the glass.
And it sets a tone.
And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Tries from 7.
And it's Boston missing.
Played some hard-nosed D in the paint there. Well done.
That really was a good job protecting the bucket. Held her ground nicely. That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. And I know nobody likes a traffic jam, but this defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Yeah, nobody likes a traffic jam. We can agree on that. They can't allow the offense to get those high-quality looks inside.
For 3, Nafisa Collier. That one misses. Would have counted had it gone. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Lynx. And we welcome you back as we get going into the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here's Minnesota. Pass to Carlton. Back to Plum. Beyond the arc.
He here grabs the board.
Now here's Alamont. She's guarded by Plum. Here's Carlton. And the 3 ball is good.
Heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the fast break.
That's rapid-fire basketball at its best.
Showtime.
Clark outside. The 3 is up. Rebound by the Lynx.
She's not exactly killing them from deep. I mean, she had 1 3 ball in the first half, yes, but still none here in the second.
Those chances, usually they're 2 points for her. The D, I guess, did just enough to bother her.
Puts up a 3.
And Carlton pulls it down.
You got to give them credit for the job they've done on the boards.
Well, guys, they've done a lot of things well, but their rebounding is right at the top of the list.
Really coming into her own the last couple of seasons, Kelsey Plum is now a problem for defenses.
Alema shot is off. And here are the Lynx now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
You know, you look at the stats, the assist totals, they just jump out at you. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been key.
It's just a different mindset these teams have had.
Yes, it's good.
That pass into the paint was dead on target.
Now here's Plum. Not a lot of room.
Minnesota calls a timeout.
On defense, the Fever. To the paint, and there's the foul. It'll go on Clark. That is her first foul of the game.
And you look at the ratings for women's basketball in general, and man, they're exploding.
Well, of course, Caitlin Clark and her team in college shattering records back in her college days. I think we'll continue to see that happen in the W.
Well, the 2024 draft was by far the most watched of all time. So, yeah, it's an exciting time in the league.
Clark outside. Nice D from Nafisa Collier.
The D was ready for her that time, and they had to be. She is strong in the paint.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. McBride, and there it is.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking that rim, Brian.
That's right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other.
Good work there as it goes.
Graceful floater by Clark. She's just so skilled offensively.
Smith outside. Collier. Pass to Plum. Tries to keep it alive. Stolen by Clark. And here is Samuelson over Smith. And a kind roll that time on the rim as that one falls in.
Great feed by Clark. So much attention on Caitlin. That opens up the floor for everyone else.
Outside Plum. Oh, makes it off the glass.
Had her defender spinning like a top on the crossover.
I think you're right, Brian. She looks a little dizzy to me.
Clark outside. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now for this fourth quarter. Hits the three-point bomb.
She is just bombing it today. How many more threes are we going to see from her?
Well, we've already seen a lot. I mean, she's got more points from outside the arc than inside the arc.
Now Plum. To the inside. Griner, good.
Okay, well, part of what makes Griner a great center is her ability to execute the pick and roll effectively.
Now here's Clark. She's guarded by Plum. Here's Samuelson. No good on the three. And here's McBride. Outside Plum. Here's the three.
It's hauled in by Boston.
You can tell she thought that triple was gonna fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
And Brittany Griner with the block.
Do not test Griner, the active leader in rejections. Why? 6'9" plus timing.
Pass to McBride. Plum for three. The shot misses. Now here's Clark, covered by Smith. Clark right side. Samuelson outside. the Lynx taking the W here. And this crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
Boy, I mean, for us too, it was shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the type of win they had tonight.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.